Hey guys, Zach here. Just a second as I set this up.
Back the Starfire.
Okay, so this is gonna be my DC podcast that I do every Wednesday. This is the first episode of that, and yeah, let's talk about some stuff. So, when I talk
Begin.
about DC, it usually gets me heated because aside from early Arrowverse like season 1 2 Arrow and season 1 2 Flash, and you could throw season 3 Supergirl in there as well. That could go on and on
Better,
about
but
what
not good
what
enough. Never heard
uh
that one before.
Arrowverse seasons are actually good, but maybe I'll save that for another time, like next week or something. We'll
New
see.
move.
So, what we're going to talk about
You're
this
just a
week
guy in a suit
is
who's winning.
how to fix the DC stuff. And if they do this, how it could possibly be better than the MCU. Or they could at least actually catch up in popularity. Because that's what they want. They want people talking
Batman
about their
wins.
stuff on Twitter, have their stuff trending, blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is how they should do it. Now, the best DC shows
Begin.
of all time, and you can't argue with me about this, is the DCAU stuff, like Batman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond, Superman, the Superman show,
See?
the
Fastest
animated
man alive.
Superman
Catch me
show.
if you can.
Can't speak today. Um, and Young Justice, and the Justice League stuff. This is going on and on. Anyways, and their movies, their animated movies. Okay, so what you should
Lightning
do
fast.
is get the people from that. Like, it's not that hard. Get just
The
get
Flash
Greg
wins.
Weisman, Paul Dini, Brandon Vietti, um, and then have them in charge of it. You don't need one guy like Kevin Feige. Everybody would, pretty sure everybody would listen to them from what they've done with DC animated stuff. Okay, so let's actually get into the nitty gritty of this. So, what DC should do is they don't. Okay, that was just a few hours. Um, Everybody would listen to Greg Weisman, Paul Dini, and Brandon Vietti, what they've done with the DC AU and Young Justice. Okay, so your phase one should be like you should go. Oh wait, I didn't pick one of these. My bad. Well, okay, so your phase one, mo- model your stuff
Batman. The Flash.
after
Starfire.
after the Marvel phases, but use it as an inspiration. Don't copy it like scene by scene. You know what I'm saying? Because you tried that
Begin.
and you failed. And the reason why the Marvels, everybody likes the Marvel stuff and everybody knows these characters now, is because they took their time. Unlike you, you did Superman, and then you did BVS. Like, come on now. And Civil War was a more compelling story, because there's been, what was that, Phase 3?
Didn't
There've
think
been
you'd be
two
this fast. How'd you think this would go?
Wait, yeah, that was Phase 3, I think. Yeah. Yeah. That was, so you had 2 phases of films to set up Captain America and Iron Man so they could go to Civil War. What if, look, listen, what if Marvel and Kevin Feige just went Iron Man, then the Avengers, then Captain America Civil War? Like, that would make no sense. And I have no idea why DC did that. That was the most retarded thing they could have done.
Never again, Bruce.
So what they should do is take inspiration from the MCU. They could reboot, but they could keep the same actors and do like a soft reboot with the Flash movie, which I think is gonna end up happening anyway. So in Phase 1, they do Justice League / Justice League Unlimited type story where they take inspiration from that and like fight whoever, like whatever aliens that come in. But before you could get to the Justice League film, you should do Wonder Woman, which is probably right now DC's most successful movie franchise. People, yes, didn't like Wonder Woman 84, but what you gonna do? I mean, your best right now is Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam, but you should, I'm sorry, but you can't include Shazam in your Justice League, like, right away. Has to be, like, Justice League 2 or 3
well, am I
at
fast
least.
Or what?
Fast, but not fastest.
So, the first Justice League, obviously, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern. Did I say Wonder Woman? I don't know. You know, like the 7. The normal 7. I don't know why they put Cyborg in there. I love Cyborg. But, I don't know. It was weird. Okay. So, like, around the time, like, before Justice League, or you could do this. You could go... You could make like a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, let's say, because those are the most popular out of all those characters. And maybe just include some of, like, Martian Manhunter and the Superman, or Green Lantern and Wonder Woman. I don't know. Aquaman is kind of popular now too, but I'm rambling.
I'll never
So
stop fighting.
by the
You
end of the phase,
vacation.
either before your first Justice League or after, introduce our sidekick characters, our Young Justice characters, Robin, Aqualad, Calder Aqualad, and then Wally West, ginger-haired one, Kid Flash, like mainly those 3.
Starfire wins.
And then the beginning of your phase 2, you could like shift away from the main Justice League characters for like a little bit and do the Young Justice season 1 type story where they find Connor, the shit with Roy, Red Arrow, all that, and then you're good, because Young Justice is probably one of the best DC shows there's ever been. You can't change my mind on that. Okay, let me... And then... Like, if you wanted to, you could split up your DC universe phase 2 into 2 parts. Like the first part, I can't find anybody good against right now. You could split it in 2 halves. The first half is your sidekick Young Justice storyline, and then your second half would be focusing back on Justice League. And then by this time you could do the introduce Zatara, Icon, and Shazam. You know, you see where I'm going with this? And then you could, like, the first, let's say the first Young Justice movie would be
Battle for Starfire.
the first Young Justice movie would be Finding Connor, and then the second one will be introducing other characters. No, Finding Connor, and then putting in Artemis,
Begin.
and then that's like your team, right? You got Superboy, Aqualad, Robin, Wally, Artemis, and Miss M, right? And then you could make another Young Justice film, which still takes place in Young Justice season 1, because we're basing it off of that.
Now we
And
do things my way.
of course, you can
Not the
take some
smartest
leeway,
choice.
but you know. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then like you introduce Zatanna, and then do the stuff with her dad becoming Dr. Fate, but you probably already should have had your Justice League 2 where you introduce Icon and Zatara, Shazam.
Guns aren't the answer. Then you're not paying attention.
Yeah, that's everybody I said. You could introduce whoever else too. It doesn't matter. But I think like 2 or 3, because that's what they did with Age of Ultron. They did Quicksilver and Wanda. Yeah, and then whatever. They were gonna do Captain Marvel way back then, which would have been crazy, but whatever. And then you could finish the first season, and then you could do a time jump, right? Like they did in Young Justice, and then you could get into the Young Justice season 2 era. You see what I'm saying, DC? It's not that hard. Just base your movies and bring. Oh, this shit triggers me in my soul because I love DC. I was my first like pre-MCU era. I love Marvel because of Avengers: Mightiest Heroes, Wolverine and the X-Men, and Spectacular Spider-Man. And then the MCU came out and I was like, this is dope. And then I didn't watch Young Justice originally when it came out on Cartoon Network. I saw it on Netflix.
Even
I was
your
like,
name is stupid.
this was
Eat my
literally
Speed
my
Force.
reaction. I was like, damn! That shit was so good. Then I fell in love with DC. And then I like hopped into the Arrowverse, and like, I know this is gonna be weird, but like, I watched The Flash, like when the pilot of it, and then just kept on watching it. Then I watched Arrow, but like I watched Arrow when season 4, when it was season 4, and I still loved it, even though that's the worst season of Arrow. And then we go season 3. What? I keep getting off topic, but this shit pisses me off so much. You just get these 3 guys or anybody from the DCEU and Young Justice team.
Beg for
There
mercy.
probably
You
would
need a vacation.
be, I wouldn't say no issues behind the set, but I'd say there wouldn't be as much.
By
You know what I'm
Tamarand's
saying?
fire.
If you wanted to
Bring you ruin.
do like the soft reboot, like bring Patterson in as the new Batman and get rid of Batfleck. Yeah, like whatever. Batfleck. My thing is with him is he look for me. He looks good. He fights like Batman and all that shit. But he kills. Batman does not kill because somebody killed his own damn parents in front of him, and that's what nobody fucking gets when it comes to movie directors. It pisses me off so much. I could just go on all day with this, honestly. And if you wanted for like your phase 3, you could bring in characters from the other stuff, like other shows. Like you could go into the multiverse even if you wanted to in phase 3, which I think would be the smarter play. Do it earlier than because Marvel's doing it now in phase 4 with like WandaVision and stuff. Like bring in Stephen Amell, Green Arrow, Grant Gustin, Flash, like, you know what I'm saying. And then if you wanted to, instead of like, I know this, when I say this, it can be really controversial topic. You could do the Flash of Two Worlds story with Grant and Ezra, and that'd be sick. Instead of Jay and Barry, but you could do that too, but like all the freaking Flash characters should be on that same one Earth. Like Wally, Barry, Jay, and then eventually Bart. Oh, okay, I could keep going on this for another 30 minutes, honestly. DC just pisses me off in my soul sometimes. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this podcast. Thanks for watching. I'll talk more DC stuff next week, and my normal podcast will be next Friday as well. This is normally gonna be on Wednesday, but I didn't have time to do that this week. I did today. So
you just might
thanks for watching.
up.
If you stayed
How do you
to the
think
end of this
this
video,
would go?
and I'll see you next week. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of this gameplay, and then I'll end the stream.
Should I dial it back? Not in my vocabulary.
Batman wins. Begin. The Flash wins.